Okay. Cool. So today's stream is all about creating a random HelloFresh meal that I pulled out of my fridge after I had an edible. So this should be entertaining. I'm just tying my apron. Here we go. Have my apron tied. Okay. Let's see. Today for lunch I'll be making a creamy dill pork fillet with couscous and green beans. I don't think I've ever made couscous before, so that'll be interesting. Alright, so the first step says do the oven, wash the produce, trim the green beans. Okay, I'll do that. Oops. So we've got green beans. I'm gonna wash them off camera. There's also fresh dill, which I'll wash off camera. This stream will likely have cursing, so prepare your little ears. Oh, damn it. I dropped a towel. Ooh, it's not just dill. Baby, baby, baby dill. Okay, I'll stop. I regretted that as soon as I opened my mouth. I'm so old that we used to call each other dillweed. That used to be an insult, to call somebody this. But you had to say it with a certain tone of voice, like, oh, you dillweed. Ooh, it smells good. I need a cutting board. I don't have a cutting board. Okay, yes I do. Cool. Here's my washed dill. That's so fragrant. I'm gonna go ahead and chill for HelloFresh for a second. I love them. Oh, I don't think we have an audience anymore. That's okay, I'll just keep going. Alright. It even comes with its own trash bag. Well, so each meal comes in one of these bags, and it says, obviously the meal gives you a QR code, and so everything you need, all the vegetables, all the seasonings are in the bag already, and it makes for a great trash bag while I'm cooking. So one reason I really like HelloFresh. So I've washed the dill, now I'm going to wash the green beans. If I can open them. I did it! Product of Mexico. cool. Okay. Oops, here's my green beans all washed. There we go. Trash in the trash bag. Oh, I got a like. Thank you guys. That makes me happy. Alright, so the next step after washing the produce is we have to clean it, so, and I mean trim it, that's what I mean. So with green beans, I just snap off the end. And that's it. Hey Jody, I'm doing a HelloFresh, and I'm talking about how great it is. Right now I'm cleaning green beans. Sometimes the green beans have marks like that. I'm sure it's harmless, but I'm just gonna snap it off. Woohoo! Just snap off the end. I'm gonna grab a bowl. Whoa! Okay, I grabbed 2 bowls. I didn't know that. Put my dill in there. The meal that we're making today is pork cutlets with couscous and green beans. Oops. I keep dropping my trash into my green bean bowl. That sounds about right for me. So right now, I am cooking to deal with some anxiety I'm having today. The enemy of anxiety is movement, so I decided to do something that I enjoy doing, which is cooking, or something that I need to do, which is cook tonight's dinner. So I decided to add a little bit of pain relief My back's been hurting a little bit. So, don't tell anybody, but I had a marijuana edible. And now I'm going to cook this. Don't tell anybody though. I did not choose a big enough bowl. I'll probably start singing. Once I start meowing, that's my sign. It's my sign that I'm very happy when I start meowing. My husband is the one who started me meowing. He just meows at random times to be funny. And then I adopted it, but only when I'm under the influence of a substance. So there are our green beans all trimmed. Edible undies. Yeah, I had a jock strap made out of a fruit roll-up, but I downed it, and man, tell you, so high. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I've cleaned and trimmed my produce. So here's the photo again of what the meal is supposed to look like. It gives you a QR code if anything's wrong. My first shipment, one of my chicken breasts had exploded in the box. It comes in this little like refrigerator box, and I guess the weight of everything on top of it was just too much to bear, and the thing popped. So I did this QR code, and I was like, oh hey, my chicken, you know, was smashed. So they refunded me for the whole meal. So even though my protein like wasn't great, I still got to keep all the rest of the ingredients for, you know, technically free. So that was really cool of them. Prep 5 minutes. Not when you're me. Okay. So the next step is pat pork dry with paper towels and season. So just searing them, and then adding everything to a sheet pan. Okay. Let's see. I'm just reading 425. I better do that. Line a baking sheet. I need to do that. Oh, I didn't roughly chop the fronds from the dill, but I'll do that in a second. Okay. Instead of moving the camera around a bunch, I'm just going to quickly line a sheet pan. A sheet pan. So I've lined a sheet pan with foil. I've set my oven to 450 because it doesn't work right, and if I want it to be at 425, I have to set it to 450. Oh, the dill, I need to roughly, only the fronds of the dill. Okay. Frond. Just seeing where my hands are. I need a manicure. when I was little, I used to eat seafood because I lived at home and my mom ate it. We'd go to our local Southern California grocery store, Ralph's. I think it's called Kroger, other places. And they had this, I think it was called Dover sole, a fish. And then they had stuffed it with, I think maybe real crab or imitation crab. They stuffed it with, looked like what I would know now is like a sushi roll filling-ish. Like a California roll. And then, so they took this big piece of stuffed fish and they had fresh dill and it was all chopped up really finely. And they just coated this sucker in fresh dill. And I think my mom baked it. It was so good. I mean, I don't eat seafood now and I probably wouldn't eat it. I mean, what am I saying? I eat sushi all the time. I don't eat prepared fish anymore, like cooked fish. Just because, like, anything that's not fresh sushi tastes quote-unquote fishy to me, so, like, even fish and chips now, I'm just like, no, I'd rather eat that raw. Well, I wouldn't eat a potato raw because that would kill you. Anywho, that's my story about dill. Time to chop. Is that how you chop? No. I know how to chop. Another secret that you have to keep is that I'm wearing my husband's apron. Don't tell anybody. I'm wearing it because I miss him. He's at work. A lot of chopping I just do by feel because of my nystagmus. Sometimes the knife isn't where I think it is, according to my eyes. So most of the time I'm doing chopping and stuff and I'm just looking somewhere else. I'm not recommending you do that. Okay, I've chopped the dill. Got green beans. I'm going to put those on my baking sheet. What does it say to do? Hold up. Roughly chop the fronds of the dill. We did that. Now it's time to pat the pork dry and season it and cook it. Okay. So we're going to toss the green beans in oil and season them. Okay. So I'm going to go a little bit out of order. I'm going to season these on a baking sheet and leave room for the pork. I'm going to be using the chili flakes they included. It says to use a drizzle of olive oil, but I'm just going to use cooking spray. I don't have drizzle olive oil money. I have Kirkland spray money. So that's what's going to happen. Okay. Let's see if I can turn it. I hope I don't have anything bad on view. Let's see. There's my coffee. Oops. Okay. If you see my body or my face in this, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry in advance. I'm wearing an apron that says I'll feed all you fuckers, and my t-shirt says leave me the fuck alone. So I am a walking profanity sign. But let's make some green beans. Yeah, you can see me spreading green beans around. Okay. So they should only take half the pan. I'm trying to get them all to face the same way. Now need some salt and pepper and stuff. Here's my arm, possibly one of my chins. Okay, we need pepper. I'm reaching in my spice cabinet. Okay. So I've got big salt. Pepper. And then we're going to use the HelloFresh chili flakes. Just tapping it. Just give it a tap, tap, tap-a-roo. Chili flakes are applied. All right, let's see. Next step is to, oh, I have to get the pork out and season it. Okay, let's get back here. Moving this so I have access to my fridge. Okay. Okay, making sure I have the right protein. So now I'm going to open up the pork and dry it on a paper towel. So I lined my cutting board. Whoa. The pork is a little wet. Okay. It's not leaking, is it? I don't think so. Okay. So it comes with 2 servings of pork chop, about 5 ounces each. I'm gonna cut open the pork off screen. Okay. 1. 2. I need to wash my hands and grab some more paper towel. Hold up. So I'm going to put double paper towel on top of the pork and then pat it dry. Pat, 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 pat. You gotta pat it. Pat, 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 pat. Get the sides too. The point of doing this is so you're taking the moisture off so the spices stick, and so when you apply it to a hot pan, the water and the oil do not mix unfavorably. Additionally, you're going to get a nicer sear the drier your meat is. In my opinion, I am just a lady with a kitchen. I am not an expert. I didn't go to school. I'm just following this card. Coolio. Alright, let's season it. I turned my pan on to 5 out of 10. Sorry, I had a moment where I completely forgot what I was doing. I'm going to use a peppercorn medley instead of straight up black pepper. This one's got white pepper in it. What else? Pink peppercorns, green peppercorns, or coriander, which I am not thrilled about, but I think this will be nice on the pork. So an executive decision was made. I actually call this salami mix because it smells just like the mixture that they use in Genoa salami. So I got some salami mix pepper on there. Pat it in, pat it in. I'm going to wash my hands so I can season the other side. Couple taps. Salt. And then salami mixed pepper, which I'm almost out of. Okay. All right. So those are good there. I knew. All right. Now we're gonna sear the pork and then put it in the oven. Got that thing on 2 high. I'm going to put this much olive oil in the pan. I should use an oil with a higher smoke point because that pan's pretty hot, but I took an edible and I don't care. So that solved that. Using my thing for that. No! Stay. No, stay. Stay. Bitch. Okay. I may have put too much oil, and that's alright. This is America, and that's okay. Alright. Let me look at the recipe card. Large drizzle of olive oil, medium-high heat. Okay, I did that. Turning occasionally 4 to 8 minutes. So 4 minutes on each side. And then add it to the baking sheet. Oh man, I completely forgot I have to make couscous after this. Alright, let's sear the pork. I'm going to do it one at a time. I'm gonna go look at the microwave to see what time it is. Okay, so at 11:49, nope, 11 and 4 minutes I have to flip that. I also need a pot for couscous. All right. The teacher always said, don't read ahead, but we're gonna. Meanwhile, add couscous and a tablespoon of butter. So we toast the couscous, add water, stock. Okay. Alright, so because of my ADHD, I'm not going to do any of that yet. Because I will forget about this meat. I don't think I have tongs. Hold on. There we go. I can use this. I cannot remember the last time I had a pork chop. I mean, it must have been like a 12 years ago. I'm not really a pork person. I'll eat bacon, I'll eat pulled pork, I'll eat Mexican pork. But pork chops, I had so many of them when I was little. Of course I'm going to eat this one. I'm sure this is going to be delicious. All the HelloFresh meals have tasted like a restaurant. Or just putting my hand over it. Let's check the time. 2 more minutes. Oh no! My coffee is sad. It's empty. There we go. Actually, the last time I had a pork chop was 2019 because I took a picture of it and I said, I can't remember when the last time I ate a pork chop was. And because of where I was living, I know that was 2019. So I'm a liar. Thank you. Yay, feedback. All right, 4 minutes has elapsed. So now when the clock hits 11:54, I will I'll put it in the oven. I'm gonna turn the oven up. Woo! I mean the range. I don't know why I try with the censoring. Ah! The towel just tried to eat me. got the dreidel song stuck in my head. Dreidel, 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 I made you that I play. Dreidel, 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 something, something, something. Whoops, I stepped on the camera thingy. Just in case I accidentally step into frame while I'm doing this, I'm turning it for now. My big secret is that I'm overweight. So I'm shy about being on camera. But now that my secret's out, like, I guess it's fine. I wonder if that's copyright. Oh, thank you, Jody. That's what my husband says. Recently, I gained about 30 pounds because I'm on a medication now. Because, you know, I'm old, I'm nearing 40, and now medications are part of my life. And side effects are gaining weight and gaining weight. But the benefits are good. I am also short and fat. When I was growing up, my size was husky. What was the other word people used to call me? Rotund. I mean, I went into the chocolate business knowing what I looked like. People trust a fat person with food. You know, I mean, personally, I don't know. If I had to choose between like a silhouette of a super skinny person and a silhouette of like a fat dude, and they were like, who do you think makes better food? I'd probably choose the fat guy. Okay, time for the pork chop to come out. Second pork chop in the pan. Oh, I forgot to check the clock. At high noon, I'll turn the pork. I almost said the pasta. Oh yeah, I had an appointment for a consultation for that, and I got scared and didn't go. I mean, like, in order to go on it, you have to do blood work beforehand, and my phobia of needles is huge. Like, I'm the person they have to put in a dark room, and then every time they're done with the blood draw, I faint. Like, legit, my eyes roll back in my head, and they put something under my nose that is the most unpleasant thing. It's not like it smells bad, like rotten eggs. I don't know what it is, but it sends a searing alert to your brain through your nostrils. And the whole process is so unpleasant, I just avoid it. So I'm really glad that's working for your friend. Hopefully I'll get to try it one day. Turn that down a little bit. It was getting too hot. It was popping off. Sorry, I keep kicking the camera stand. Does your friend have any side effects from it? Like, for example, I heard that its side effect is nausea. The needle of the Ozempic pack of right? I see. I mean, I forgot that Ozempic was issued as a shot. In my brain, it was a pill. Like, I'm afraid of the blood work. Oh, I don't know about doing... Oh, I'm getting weak just thinking about doing something like that, like, every week. Oh. I'm leaning against my fridge for support. Your friend is a very strong person. Makes her nauseous and vomiting. Well, I could try bulimia for free. Sorry, that was a bad joke. That's just immediately what I thought of. I was like, what? Start singing. Time to flip the cork. I'm going to move this so I can get to the fridge. Alright, so the next step said I have to add butter to a pot so I can toast the couscous. So I'm just going to put butter in there. Let me just check my text messages real quick. Just reading the next step about the couscous. So we'll toast it in butter, add water and stock and salt, and cook it like rice kind of. I don't have scissors. No. Let me grab some scissors. There we go. Alright, the pork is done searing. I'm going to trade places with this pan and do that. Okay. So the recipe said that I'll be using that pan and the frond for all the crap that's stuck to the bottom of it. I think that's called a frond. We're going to use that to make sauce, so I'm putting it over there and I'm not washing it. Just letting it cool down, and I'm going to put this a little higher and get my couscous brown. It's just like making rice-a-roni, you toast it. Wait, is it rice-a-roni that does that? Yeah. I need an oven mitt. Time to put the pork and the green beans in the oven for 15 minutes. So at 12:21, I will check the pork. Whee! So I'm lightly frying the couscous in butter to make it brown. Need a measuring cup. Screw you, ass. Ass. Oh my goodness. Okay. I know I'm gonna need water for the couscous. How much? 3/4 of a cup. Three-fourths cup water. Oh, toasty, toasty. I don't want to burn them, so I'm moving them around so that they won't burn on the bottom of the pan, which is still hot. Now I'm going to turn this down. I'm going to scald my body. Whee! Okay. Add the water. Ooh. Add the water, and then stock. Here's the chicken stock. Everything that's like a little liquid comes in a packet, and it's just enough for the recipe. So here's just enough chicken stock for the couscous. Added the chicken stock, stirred around. The next step says a big pinch of salt. So I've got some salt in my hand. I'm going to give it a big old pinch and drop it in. And then I'm just going to add the rest and stir that around. Let's see. Add 3/4 cup water, big pinch of salt. So we'll bring that to a boil and then cover it. So jack that up. I need to find a lid. I don't have a lid. Okay, that came to a boil. cover it, take it down to simmer. I'm covering it with a wok cover. So that's gonna simmer for 6 minutes. So 12, 20. Oh, you're right, Jody. Thank you for the suggestion. I completely forgot about that. I was just reading the thing again. Let me look at our veg and our pork. Looks good. Smells good. Do 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 do. While the oh, thank you, Jody. Let's play 20 questions, or at least however many questions until I forget that that's what we're doing. What is your favorite color? Yellow. That's not one I hear very often. That's cool. My favorite is teal. Everything I own and nothing within view is teal. Do 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 do. I'm gonna go get a beverage from a different room because we have 2 fridges in this apartment. BRB. What did I miss? That still needs way more time. So the pork and the green beans should be done in 2 or 3 minutes. The couscous will be done tomorrow. Let's see, what's the next question? What's the tallest building you've ever been in or on? The green beans are tender. I'm going to leave them in there a little bit longer. Says I'm eventually going to remove the pork to a cutting board, the Space Needle. Ah! That's cool. Never been on it. I've been to Toronto's tower and the Empire State Building. I don't know which one's taller. I'm sure there was an easier way to do that. 6-minute couscous my ass. Unless, like, is that what it's supposed to look like? I'll just let it continue to steam over here. Okay, so now we have the drippings from the pork go back on the heat. Turn that up a little bit. So we cooked couscous. Heat the drippings over medium-high heat. Need half or a fourth of a cup of water. Well, it's a little bit more than a fourth. I think I'm gonna live. So now I'm gonna add chicken stock and water and probably, I'll just use this fork. I'll just use this fork. I've added my chicken stock to my drippings. And then I'm going to add my water very carefully. Oh, I do need a whisk. Well, whisk. Okay. I'm manually scraping up some of the bits. The water was supposed to deglaze the pan, but I had a close encounter with hot oil in my eye, so I am not inviting spattering into my life anytime soon. There we go, I've scraped it. Okay, I need to add more to that. Bring that to a simmer and cook it for 2 minutes. Huh. I'm just reading the directions and I think there's a continuity error or something. It says to heat the pan used to cook the pork over high heat, yes, so, and then we've purposely left the drippings in there. And then it says, oh, any resting juices, my bad. Never mind, HelloFresh is smart, I'm not. Resting juices from the pork? Okay, I never considered taking the juice from cooked meat and adding it to a sauce. I don't know. I just always mopped it up. So that's gonna start to simmer. Then I take it down to low. I carefully add sour cream and mustard and dill to make the sauce. I see it wants to simmer. It's yearning to. Go ahead, sauce. Just start simmering. You can do it. Good job, sauce. Let me check my text messages real quick. So I have to make a phone call. I'm gonna hop off the live. I'll post a picture of the finished dinner, but I will see you on the next one. All right, bye-bye for now.